Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Isaiah Hill. I'm going to say this in advance. I thought put up the video that I'm going to be talking about today of the movie, and wow, I just flipped that. And I thought like it was uploaded, but it didn't upload. And actually, I went back to rewatch it because I save all my videos. It was horrible. Like it was so long, and I just said no, they're not going to enjoy that. But I am going to do a brief, like summary, basically. Um, the film was The Green Mile. It was supposed to be after Back to the Future Part 3, but like when I thought I uploaded the video, it didn't go through, and I was really upset. So today we're going to be talking about The Green Mile. Sorry if you can't see it too well. The Green Mile stars Tom Hanks, Michael Clark Duncan, and it is probably the most emotional Stephen King film. The Green Mile is about a guard who thinks that a prisoner who has like magical like healing powers is innocent because he's been tried for rape and murder of two girls. Tom Hanks plays the prison guard, and pretty much I'm a huge Tom Hanks fan. Usually whatever he is in, I'm going to enjoy. Michael Clark Duncan does a phenomenal job, and I believe he got nominated for an Oscar for this movie, and he rightfully deserved it because this guy just nails it. Now the cast is just amazing. Like it's almost like Stephen King wrote these characters for them. But if you look at it carefully, like Stephen King said, he wrote as a serial novel, like a novels that are like in a series, and he said they're gonna have to wait till the last book in order to find out what happens. It was basically to people who looked at the very last page, and that's how they knew how the book was going to end of his books. With The Green Mile, it's a 3 hour long movie, but it's good. Like I highly recommend this one. If you remember from I believe my Shawshank, it's an amazing. The acting is phenomenal. The cast is just it's almost like you are relating to them. You have characters that you love to hate. You have characters that you love to love, and you got characters that you just want to die in the film, and they do in a way. This film is very emotional, especially the ending. Um, with The Green Mile, if you are going to sit down and watch a movie, this is a film like where you gotta be like, all right, I want to watch this. I've seen this film like dozens of times. I love the film. I think it's amazing. But for a while, this was actually the highest grossing Stephen King movie until it was surpassed by It. The Green Mile literally deals like with all sorts of things that are supernatural. And Stephen King is able to make it like almost perfect. And Stephen King has even gone on record saying that The Green Mile is the most faithful adaptation of any of his works. And I remember I was sitting down like, yeah, it is, because I read the book, and because it came in like a complete serial novel. And I remember I saw the serial like so, and it was pretty cool seeing that. I'm not gonna lie, and it was so faithful. And in the book, on a side note, they mention AMC, and I always find that kind of cool and a coincidence because this is also written and directed by Frank Darabont. And if you remember from Shawshank, I say Frank Darabont developed The Walking Dead for a TV show on AMC, so I found that pretty cool. The film deals like with like Shawshank, it takes place in a prison. It You have guards that you like, you have prisoners that you like, but then like Percy, one of the guards is so mean and he's cruel. He hurts people. He shows no remorse. There's a character called Edouard Delacroix who in the book he was tried for murder, rape, arson, and Paul says, Tom Hanks' character says, that was the only part in him that could do that. And Percy doesn't like Edward Delacroix. He hates Delacroix. It's so bad that when it gets to his execution, Percy deliberately sabotages it. Now, the execution is an electric chair. The chair's nickname is Old Sparky. And Paul Sheldon, well, really all of E Block, or as it's known as the Green Mile, is known as where it's for execution. And they call it the Green Mile because the floor is green. And the thing is, like, when you look at the first execution that you see is pretty brutal, but Edward Delacroix's execution is the most violent thing like a lot of people will ever see, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to soak a sponge in water, and really the top of their head should either be shaved or they're bald, if so, to save you like all the extra work. You place it there and the electricity will go through your body. Edward Delacroix got a dry sponge, so he basically burned to death. Then when you get the most emotional one, John Coffey, played beautifully by Michael Clarke Duncan. When he cries, you want to cry. When he feels pain, you feel pain. This is a film like that you would not expect to come from Stephen King. And I have to talk about one of my personal favorites, Mr. Jingles from The Green Mile. He's a mouse whom appears on the block, and he's just kind of comes out of nowhere. Then you get like where Edward Delacroix adopts the mouse and teaches him all these tricks, and the effects in The Green Mile are amazing. Because I remember I was reading somewhere, there's a part where Percy steps on the mouse, and it is edited so perfectly where you can't tell the difference. So while Mr. Jingles is running, and like right when the actor places his foot down, he doesn't crush the mouse, and so they keep him like staying there. And then they place like a fake mouse under him, and he steps on that. And it is like, wow. Like, that is one of the most, like, that's so perfect. Like, when you watch it, you're like, he killed the mouse. He killed the mouse. But really, it's them getting you. They fooled you. The Green Mile also shows like a side like where people who don't believe, where you can find miracles anywhere. Because Paul Sheldon, the tagline is Paul Sheldon didn't believe in miracles until he met one. Tom Hanks plays this guy so perfectly. And when you first see Paul, he's in a nursing home, and the floor is green. And the film that he watches that breaks him is called Top Hat, which is a really Fred Astaire like movie from like 1935, I believe. And according to the producers, they boosted it up so they can get Top Hat, so it had much more of an emotional weight, because the year is 1932 in the book. There are very few differences, like key differences, like like the year. There's how Paul's discussing like his story, like he's, and like the book, he's doing it like a novel, while in the movie he's telling it to someone. And Paul Sheldon's 40, and he's lived through all this, and he was over 100 years old. Paul Sheldon, no, not Paul Sheldon. I am so sorry. Paul Edgecombe Paul Sheldon is a character from Misery. I'll definitely be doing a review of that. I don't know when though. He's he is like very stern, but he also is shown to be loving and trustworthy because he is called into like the office, and he is told that by the warden that his wife is going to die because she has a brain tumor the size of a lemon. Paul Sheldon. I always want to say Sheldon. It's Paul Edgecombe or Edgecombe, however you say it. He is he he works hard and he knows what he's doing and he tries to do everything right. Percy has connections like with the government, with like government connections. Brutal, who is his best friend and such like a gentle giant. John Coffey's the literal gentle giant. But then you get Wild Bill or William Wharton, who is a troublemaker. And it is unbelievable because of what you find out. I'm not going to try and spoil the film too much because I kind of did ruin the ending, but the Green Mile ending is like where you're both crying, but you're also satisfied. The film is very deep, it's very personal to me. I give this film an amazing. I highly recommend it. And in case you were wondering how long the original video was, it was an hour and a half. An hour and a half went into this video. And now I got down to like 11 minutes and 53 seconds. I basically picked at it, and thankfully I did. This series of films right here, Shawshank Redemption and Green Mile, I recommend. These are films that you'll love to watch. And I know I didn't touch up, but like on John Coffey's healing powers, like he's able to like heal people. And but whatever he does, like whenever he heals, he gets like their pain. And the film deals with like personal issues like, oh well, like self-doubt, like self-worthy. But if you were to watch two good prison films, I recommend Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. That about wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. If you wish to see more of my reviews, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. And if you want me to comment down something, comment down below what movie, and I'll see if I have it, and then I'll review it. My name is Isaiah Hill. Thank you for watching. Signing off.